Yo! Today I'm going to show you 3 presets for quick switch to speed up your workflow with Osmo Action. I can't even talk. Woo! Dun dun. That's an empty case. So the first preset is 4K at 60, and that's the preset I use the most when I'm shooting action sports stuff. We're shooting at 60 frames per second to get that slow motion shot in post. And 4K gives me the ability to go in and reframe my shot so I can stay a little further away when I'm filming to get all of the actions in the frame. We're using manual exposure at 1/120th of a second to give us that natural looking motion blur. I think that's it. And since I'm mostly shooting outdoors, I always set my white balance to 5600K. That's the daylight white balance. And I always shoot in D-Cine-like picture profile. That's gonna give me the most real estate to work with later when I'm doing color grading. Hiking and talking is hard.
It's so pretty!
And of course, no matter what I'm shooting, rock steady is always on. And the second preset is 4K at 24 frames per second. This is the one I use the most when I'm in a hurry and I don't have time to tweak the exposures. Again, we're shooting 4K for that peace of mind in framing in post. Since we're only shooting 24 frames per second, we don't have to worry about slow motion. I can use auto exposure for this preset. And DJI Osmo Action actually has very good performance in auto exposure mode. So I can just set it up and forget about it. I don't have to worry about setting the right exposure, ISO, and shutter speed. And this preset is also in my snapshot setting, so I can quickly turn on the camera and start filming. Sometimes you don't have a lot of time to tweak exposures, you just want to get the shot. 4K, again, it's going to give us the peace of mind in framing. This is a really good day for hiking. If you watch really closely, I might have to zoom in a little bit in post. You can see downtown from here. Wow. Hey ya. Here's a bonus tip. Go into your settings and change the screen auto sleep to never. One thing I hated the most about GoPro is the screen dims down after 1 minute. So I'm really happy that the Osmo Action has the ability to keep the screen on at all times. And the third preset is 1080p at 240 frames per second, and it looks like this. Now, this is not a preset that I'll use every day, but whenever there's a shot I want to get super slow motion on, I can just quickly tap quick switch button and I can get the shot. 240 frames per second is going to give it a super slow motion effect, and we're using 1/500th of a second shutter speed to get the optimal motion blur. So there you have it, 3 quick switch presets to speed up your workflow with the Osmo Action. If you find this helpful, drop a like below and consider subscribing. It'll really help me a lot. See you guys in the next one.